And good evening, everybody. If
Hello.
it's
Hello.
Tuesday, it must be Dream Day. So, welcome to Dreams, Visions, and Appearances. I'm happy to be here this evening with our Diana Bowles. Oil painter is here with us today, and we have Kelly, Callie Healer. We have Terry from Holding Your Space, and we have special guest Heather, Soul Alchemy with Indigo Jaguar. And who knew that this woman loves paranormal just as much as everybody else? So, well,
Right.
we
As
do
soon as I
know
grew
because
up
you're in the
in it.
chat. Yeah, you're
I
usually
grew
in
up
the
in it.
chat.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
have
yes,
plenty of
we're happy to
stories.
have you here, Heather. Thank you for
Thank you
being
Yes,
for
here.
thank you
having
for
me,
being
ladies. I
here.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
Yeah.
for
you.
being here.
Uh-huh. So I Carolyn and Peter are missing this evening. I think probably Peter has a meeting or something, but Carolyn's not feeling well, so I want to send out lots of love and healing to her. And I hope that you're feeling better very soon. We gonna miss you, but we know you need to take care, and that's what we want you to do. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel better soon.
And Barbara Nesper, it's your 72nd birthday today. It's your
Woohoo.
party, and you'll
Happy
cry if you want to.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
to you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Barbara.
I had
Birthday,
a beautiful
Barbara.
day. Yes.
Yes, I hope you had a wonderful day. Today was a tough day to have a birthday, Barbara. Did you know? There's been all kinds of solar storms, and so you made it through. So there you go. And tomorrow's supposed to be much brighter. So your birthday's always the day before Valentine's Day. Do you get double the chocolate? I hope.
Right?
Ooh.
We all better hurry up and eat it because tomorrow's Ash Wednesday.
Oh, is that right? If you,
Yeah.
you mean if you're going to give it up for
Yeah. Well, you get, yeah, here comes Lent.
here comes Lent. All right.
Eat up all the punchkis.
Yep, that's
Oh,
for
they're
sure.
starting to, they're starting to show up in our
Yeah,
windows.
yeah.
I love it with the chocolate frosting and the white cream.
Oh.
I don't like the custard, but the white cream, and it's just like, oh my God.
Oh, my great grandmother. Oh my God.
I love
Punch-
tiramisu.
Oh my God. Right?
I do
Chocolate cheesecake.
too.
Yeah.
Well, I can't eat it anymore
Yeah.
because I just started that Ozempic diet thing. So I'm being a good girl. But the first week's gone by and I've lost 6 pounds.
So
Yeah.
proud.
Yay! Good for you,
Yay.
Allie. I
Yeah,
gained every
proud.
night in the summer. I
That's
came back, so,
amazing.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Good
It
for
is.
you.
Back on board.
I know it. It just needed that extra
Jay.
help, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to say hi to Ness and Annie Bear is here.
Hey,
And
Bear.
we have Froxy
Annie.
Roxy here, dear.
Oxy.
And we have Christine Fryer. Glad to see you the third time today, my sweet. And we have Barbara, of course, and we have Ginny. And welcome, Ginny. We just love having you. Thank you
Yes.
for being so kind and loving. And Rossi is here.
Hello, Rosanna.
Hypnicity is here. And Hypnicity,
Hi.
I hope you're going to get your Apple computer fixed. I hope so, girl.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, we have Samantha.
Samantha.
Ooh, Samantha.
I
the
love
new
that owl.
picture. Oh,
I know, isn't that owl awesome?
I love that
Hi,
color.
Charlie.
Hi.
Charlie's here. And everyone's saying hello to you too, Heather. So
Yeah,
just so
hello,
you know,
everybody.
you are special as well. And we have somebody watching the show. So
Hi,
I hope you're
Carolyn.
doing better.
Hi,
Than
Carolyn.
We
Sweetheart.
miss
Lots of
you.
love.
That's right. No double anything, huh? I'm sorry, Barbara.
I
Well,
know.
maybe next year. Next year, maybe we'll all remember and we'll double up for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. And Jess is here. Majestic
Jay.
Oracle. Candy Mullen is
Hi.
here.
Hey,
Hi,
Candy.
Candy.
And Candy.
She was on with you today, wasn't she, Terry? Candy?
Tomorrow.
She- Oh,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. She's
We're doing,
tomorrow.
yeah, we're doing a show tomorrow.
Nice.
Lori Hunsinger, welcome, dear.
Hi, Lori.
Janet, Bora Bora.
It's her birthday
And-
coming up, Bora Bora, Janet's. I think
That's
next
right.
week.
Next week.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yep.
Lots of birthdays coming up.
And
Lots of
Mary Thornberry's birthday is this week as well. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Hi.
Mary.
And I know we miss you too. We miss you too. And thank you, Landon, for being here as well. You're
Hey,
always
Landon.
such a good son, honestly. You really are.
Right. So
Yeah.
sweet.
Thank you.
And,
Yay, Anja.
Yeah.
oh, wow.
So while we're saying happy birthday and everything, I pulled a card and
Okay.
it said, oh, beware of the happy toxins.
toxins.
Happy
Is
that
toxins
right?
in the chocolate cake. Is that what you mean?
Oh, the cake, the birthday cakes, the punchies today, Valentine's.
Oh my. Oh, that's true. I always thought you meant the happy taxes that we have to pay. We don't want to think
Oh,
about that
no.
right now.
Oh,
Well, all right.
Toxins.
get
Toxins.
Toxins. Okay. Not
Yes,
You know,
toxic
that
sin.
sugar we're not supposed to have.
And small
agree,
victories do
Anjos.
count. You're
Mhm.
absolutely right.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
Everything
I
needs to
hope
be
I didn't miss
celebrated.
anybody. If I did, it wasn't meant to be that I missed you because you matter to all of us. And thank you all for being here today. And we have basically a book that was written here already from Ness, who has quite the vision that she saw. Remembering that we do dreams, visions, and appearances. So anything paranormal, anything that you might see, any dream that you might have. I do want to add, before we start, I do want to state that Heather is into the paranormal, and she has several shows. She has a show she does with people that are missing, I believe, and she does
Yeah, we
tarot
do
reads.
true crime with Jackie. Yes. And then
Yes.
I do a para oracle where I look into like paranormal cases. And sometimes I'll have Sherry H. She'll join me. If anybody, I
Mhm.
get an idea, a hankering and energy, like, oh, this person might enjoy this. I'll reach out to them. So,
Yeah.
but most definitely, yes, love the
Yes.
paranormal. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
I
wonderful.
grew up
So,
with it. So,
yeah. Well, and I think, well, I know I did. In the house that I lived in, there was a
Mhm.
ghost, and
Same here.
you just kind of cohabited with this
well,
particular.
this one
ghost.
wasn't very nice. So,
Oh, well, that's awful.
hmm
Okay. But if you Heather's channel is Soul Alchemy, Indigo Jaguar was her original name, and if you go over and sign up for her channel, like and subscribe, then you will get the bell, and you can always go and watch those shows. She has other shows as well.
I'm
But,
only 6 subscribers short of 700.
Yay.
Woo!
Wow,
Yes.
Heather. That's great.
So,
That's
I'm very excited.
amazing.
Yes,
Mhm.
it is amazing. And
2
our
next week.
Terry has really gone. Didn't you get like
Yes.
600 people? Something like that.
I'm 2,000 now. I just hit
Oh my God,
2,000.
Terry!
Yeah.
It's really good.
Congrats
It's really
on
good.
that.
I'm happy for you.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge.
She was on
I'm
with
gonna have
Linda
a
G
channel
as
party.
well and Mel, and I happened to just see that she was this weekend? Was it this weekend, Terry?
It was on Monday.
Oh,
I
Monday.
think it was on Monday, yeah. And
Mm.
I thought it was going to be live, so I posted something. I'll be on live with Linda G. And
Oh, but you weren't live.
no, and then I got there and it was like on Zoom, and I was like, oh, okay. But it was great. They were really
Yeah,
sweet.
and a lot of people watch it her anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean even have to be live to watch
Yeah,
her.
it was a lot of fun. They were
That's
very gracious.
awesome. And Mel is a lot of fun to work with.
Oh
too,
my
so that's
God.
great.
Yeah, I'd never worked with him before. He's a lot of fun.
He
He's
is a lot of
hilarious.
fun.
Yeah, I like Mel a lot.
He does
Yeah.
a really good Mitch McConnell impersonation.
Oh, I love it. I
He
love
cracks
it.
me up whenever I watch. Yeah.
Oh, so Laurie says it's so much fun on Friday nights with Heather and Allison, Aries
Oh,
Girl
thank
Tarot.
you,
That's very nice,
Laurie.
Laurie. Thank
And
you, dear.
Allison and I are going to be a guest on Allie's channel in a couple of weeks. So Allison and I are looking
right.
forward to that. Mhm.
I know we have a good time when we're together.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
really have. Yeah, thank you, dear.
Good energy.
Yes. And Kelly is going to be on with Gertrude Shue on the 20th. Is it, Kelly?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah. And
I
our
knew that
Diana,
was-
she's doing all kinds of Akashic Records
Mhm.
readings, and
Yeah,
she's a busy girl.
I love it. I do love doing that.
That's good.
But this isn't a far stretch from it to begin with, especially
Mhm.
since we're now doing it after I just basically got done doing an Akashic show. So, I'm still open.
You're still open.
I don't think the sign ever goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Close,
say.
close, yep.
Oh, that's funny.
That's why I need 2 naps on a day where we
There
have
you go.
cannibal
There
CMEs.
364 days this year.
Yeah. Imagine, Brenda. Nice to see you. Yes, today was a cannibal
No, that's
CME, a corona mass. Now I'm
Yeah.
mass ejection. corona mass ejection.
Massive
CME.
ejection.
Right, from the sun. That was bigger than big. It was
Bigger than big.
it was
X.
bigger than an X one. And so if you're feeling really tired today or agitated, or if people have been angry with you today, there's very good reason. Plus, astrologically, I think you said, Diana, that there was going to be anger issues around Mars.
Yes, because
yeah.
Mars and Pluto are conjunct today.
Conjunct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And,
the day is almost over. So you made it through. And
I had a pretty good day. So it's interesting how some people's energies are affected differently than others when
Yeah,
we
definitely.
have these moments. Yeah.
Mhm. Right.
Yep.
And
Yep.
how's your
Progress.
chart doing? Because it's probably what helps you is what's in your chart, of course.
True. Yep. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Yes, Hypnosi, her puppies have been impossible
Oh.
today.
Oh,
I love it.
talk about it. I have the 3G circus here. Groucho, Grizzly, and Gloria. Yes, it was absolutely over the top.
Uh-huh.
Nobody would sit still or shut up. Just
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And mine wanted me to feed him at 3:30 when I'm in the middle of a show with Ginger. So
I remember that.
There you go.
Here,
Yes.
Excuse me. Come on, let's get outside.
I
Hey,
know. Get the
Morgan,
hell out
the
of here.
sass. She was sassy.
Oh,
And I missed that show because I was napping.
that's okay. I'd
She's
rather
like,
have
I
a
was
nap.
napping.
Mars and Pluto conjunct at 9 Pacific time today. Okay. And we have Wildflower saying she felt icky in the later afternoon. Hi, Linda Day
No,
Gonzalez. It's nice
Hi,
to
Linda.
see you.
There's
And Linda's going to
one
be a
third of
guest
me.
on my channel too. So I can't wait to have
Okay.
Linda on. Yes, we were
That's
actually
so
paired off
wonderful.
during a Zoom group that we were a part of, and we got put into a little breakout room. And I just loved the way that Linda and I just bounced off each
She
other.
is
And I was like,
something
"Do you want to
else.
come on my
Yeah.
channel?" She's like, "Yes, I'm so excited."
She's fabulous.
She
really
is
The
a
lovely
amazing.
birds. Yes.
Yeah. That's
Such
for
a good
sure.
reader.
And so
my
are
God,
we
yes.
all. Let's
Yeah.
not leave each other. You
Mhm.
you got to remember that too, because
Mhm. She had to nap after the show too, Diana. So you ain't alone, my
Yes.
girlfriend. Yes.
it
Yes.
That
was
sounds
powerful.
nice.
Okay, so Ness has about 5 different pages worth, or not pages, but separate things. Let me read this, and then we'll do some work on it for you, Ness. Many years ago, you had H1N1. I'm sorry to hear that. It is similar to COVID. You had a fever for 3 days. You were sitting at a dining room table. You saw a flash. There were kids around the dining room table playing with a hologram simulation while eating their morning cereal. I mean, you really create some really cool stuff here, Ness.
Mhm.
It was like 2 to 3 cartoon characters playing with each other, and the kids could bump or nudge them. The hologram was projected down on them from above on top of the dining room table. Why is that similar to the Star Wars chess scene? What happened?
Mhm.
All right. I didn't know about Star Wars, so I had to have them answer that before we started. But most of these ladies have seen Star Wars.
Mhm. Oh, I grew up on it. That was my Princess Leia was my hero. She was, she was my.
okay.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I was a young mother at that time. Yep. I have
Uh-huh.
all the characters in safekeeping downstairs
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
all their helmets and all their gear.
Mhm.
Playmobil.
All right. Who wants to go? Kelly, you know?
If somebody's ready, they can go.
Okay. Okay.
All
so
right.
it's an
Oh, you go
augmented.
ahead, Diana.
Okay.
No, your turn. to go
Okay.
first.
So Ness, I'll need some help with you on this, but it feels like, I mean, that's who we really are, right? We are that hologram. We're not really this thick skin and bones and whatnot. We are just energy, and you're looking at your energy body. So, and rightly so, because you're probably low on energy in your physical form. And this could be recognizing some inner child work. But I'm thinking that it's also recognizing that at core, you are those healthy kids playing that game. And you had to get out of the physical form and go into the hologram, the light body.
Mm,
So let me know if that feels like anything.
yeah.
Yeah, very sick with the fever, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
I
That's
had that.
something.
Go ahead. Who's next?
I got something.
Okay, Heather.
Go.
So I just pulled 2 cards. I got the Temple of the Rose, which is ancient power,
Mm,
expression, activation, and scarlet codes. So you said
Mm.
there were like 3 characters, I think you said, on the table. There's 3 women in this card right here. And
Okay.
and it's kind of hard to see, but there are like, because the images are subtle, there's like lines coming through here, almost kind of like
Mhm.
pillars of light. So for me, and you're saying that they were coming onto the table from above, it feels like these might have been activation codes, ancient power.
Ooh.
You're tapping into that. And the bottom card says, immerse yourself. You're training and learning.
Mm.
So that's what I
Wow.
have.
That's really
Beautiful.
cool, Heather. That's cool. Diana?
Yeah. Yeah, actually. So see. Okay, so I'm going to start with this card. I couldn't help it. One thing that I did get was you were definitely in a time warp, time hop, time jump. The fever only made it easier for you to be aware of. So you were at home as the hermit. You're sick, right? You're staying home. And this was an opportunity for you to see magic
Ooh.
being performed,
Mhm.
and you were stolen away, swept up in the moment, swept up in the whole moment. And
Mm.
part of it is to cultivate your own story, right?
Mhm.
So that cultivation this is something that you should work at, being able to do your own astral travel without a fever. If you aren't already doing that, that just made it easier for that particular moment. But you have the skill and you can use it, and you should be able to control it.
Wow.
End of transmission.
These are all great explanations. Kelly?
I get too that you were really, I mean, you were really going through something. I get that you actually like stepped through a portal, and by stepping through this portal, it really activated your awareness and really your intuition. It said it activated your clairvoyance was activated. And I also got that there was some shedding involved, that in order to be activated, because they said um, there was something that was weighing heavy on your chest, and it could have been because you were sick. Because they said it got they took a weight off, and I'm guessing that was the illness from being sick. But yeah, I got that you were stepping through, and that it was an internal explore, and that you went through a porthole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And through that, then you were activated.
She said that Kevin Lewis said that it was a time thing too.
He's picked up on that.
And I feel like when you're in your light body, there is no time or space. So definitely a time change,
Yeah.
like everybody.
I'm seeing you meet a part of yourself that you didn't know you had, and you're sort of listening to an inner voice, and that inner voice knew, maybe even a past life knew, that you had that ability. But and I had the same thing happen, not in that exact same. I was in high school. I was very, very sick. I had a very high fever, and I went in to go to the bathroom, and I got up to wash my hands, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and it wasn't me. And I remember just, Mom, it was scared the shit out of me. Although now I would say that's really cool. I wish I could go back to that and redo it. But maybe your first impulse was what the hell is this? But I think that you did integrate that. If this was such a while ago that you that this happened to you, you've integrated that into your spiritual path, and that was it must have been a very important thing for you to go through in order to step into it. So wow.
Yeah, I experienced something similar, Allie, when I was younger. I think about 15 or 16, and I grew up with really bad periods. I had intense pain.
Uh-huh.
And one time I got so sick, I was in so much pain, and I'm laying there, and it was all of a sudden I started crying out loud. I was speaking in a different language. My mom said I scared the absolute hell out of her. It was like I could see, I was having a vision of giving birth, that I was dying. I was trying to stop it, and I just kept crying out in another language that
Wow.
I didn't even recognize. I couldn't stop it. It was like me stopped and somebody else, either somebody that stepped in from the building, that spirit that might have been in the building. But for me, I've always had, nightmares about giving birth, because I know if I do, I'm going to die. So I think this might have been a past life, because of the pain being down there. It triggered this past life memory. And all of a sudden, I wasn't me. Like you said, you didn't recognize yourself. I couldn't recognize myself. Other language, screaming out, crying, everything.
Well, and it might be that's why you had those period issues, because you may have had a lifetime where you lost a baby, or
I died in birth. Yeah.
Traumatic.
May I add mine too, because I was 13 years old. It was 1963. I was home with scarlet fever. I vomited up red. There was no reason for red to come up. When it hit the water, it looked exactly like Jackie O's suit, not 15 minutes later. The news came across on the radio I was listening to. I went running down the stairs to my mom. She's screaming, "You're crazy. You're making it up." Why would I make that up? She came upstairs and turned on the TV, and it had just happened.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Your foreshadowing is very
well,
physical.
That was when I absolutely knew I had a gift.
Sure.
I mean, I kind of suspected, but that was I was 13 years old. That was 1963.
Right.
Wow.
November 23rd. Right.
Or 22nd.
22nd.
Sorry. Yep.
Amazing.
Wow. It is amazing. Yeah, absolutely. My mother was like that. My mother would sit right up in bed and scream my brother's name out. He was in Vietnam. Every time that something happened that he got really injured, that would happen with her. So she had that precognition. So that's what you had, Diana. And of course, I remember coming home telling my parents that I saw a UFO, and my mother believed me immediately, but my father was like, But if you don't get people believing in you, then you kind of do not bring it up very often.
Right. I've seen one of those too as a kid.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool, Heather. That's really cool.
I swear this house must have been a portal or something.
It must have been. It must have been. It's amazing.
I still dream about it. Yeah.
So Hypnicity says, why am I dreaming about my high school lockers? It's strange. I went to school in California, so they were on the walls outside. There's weird stuff like boxes of Jell-O.
Wow.
I have those high school dreams. I have them. I do.
Me too.
Me too.
The code
for
the walk.
Yep. This class, I'm going to be late.
Yep. You have to go back and get a pass. Why didn't you get the pass? Now you have detention, things like that, right? I'm
just wondering if something is triggering you. I'm going to pull cards, but I'm wondering if something's triggering you in your present life. Because when we're that age, we're rushing. We have to make sure we got to get our books. We got to make sure we get to class on time. I don't know if you're feeling like you're running out of time for something, Alani. Like you're because I know for me sometimes when I get to the point where I feel like I'm losing time here, not doing what I wanted to do, what I accomplished, where I'm at in my life, et cetera, like that. Sometimes
Uh-huh.
I'll end up having a dream soon after where I can't be in control of a car, or I'm in a school, I can't get to my classes, or I find out I'm 2 months behind. So I don't know if you feel like there's this time issue where you feel like you're running out of time for something. But for me, just my personal experience, that's usually what happens when I get into those moments where it's just like, oh no, I'm so and so age. What have I done? Am I running out of time? I still want to do this. I still want to do that kind of thing. I mean, stress does that to us,
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that
I
was
always
helpful.
I always have the thing come back to me that I didn't drop a class. I didn't drop a class, and so now I'm going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I spend the whole time trying to get down to the registrar's office to drop the class so I don't get an F. And I know it was feeling inadequate. It would resurrect itself with feeling inadequate about being able to complete something, I think.
Mhm.
So anyway, so let's talk about these lockers. Jello, weird stuff.
Yeah.
I can go.
All right.
So I've got the Hierophant. You're out there trying to follow the rules, right? You're trying to make sure that you get back to class on time.
Yeah.
This to me makes me think of the boxes of Jello that are more important than that, because if it's a box of Jello, it's still a powder form. It hasn't been activated, right?
Uh-huh.
So while you're outside, you're working on your partnerships, your pals, your buddies, and you're chatting with all of them, afraid that the bell rang. Now what? Here comes the black dragon of Saturn, which is just like being the Hierophant. Are you going
Uh-huh.
to get back to class in time, or did somebody knock over the Jello and now there's water on it and you're stuck in the Jello like the pineapple in the Jello mold at Thanksgiving dinner?
I was feeling as though it was the reason there was weird stuff in there was when you opened it, it was like the cabinet in your kitchen, which has Jello and sugar and this and that. So you're bringing the fact of being schooled with being in a place where you store things.
Yeah.
That's what I got, but I don't know. So
Well,
it was
and that school thing, that's the Hierophant, that's the black
Bishop.
dragon Saturn, because they're both the controllers of the school. They're the school principal.
it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting those lockers hypnicity just have me thinking about compartmentalizing. And that's what we do with our mind, right? We put things here and here and here. And if you're going back there now, it's probably something that you might have locked away or perhaps you went through most of it, and a lot of us are doing that. We're finding little things that come to light right now. So and then it's Jello. That's like a kind of a thing of the past, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you still use
There's
it.
always room for
There's
Jello.
always
It's still out there. Jello
Jello
again.
shots.
Exactly.
Oh my God, you guys crack me up. Okay. So compartmentalizing and when you were bullied by a gal in school. Yes.
Stuck with the Jello.
Yes. So
Okay.
that is it. That is it. Something that you compartmentalized and you've left behind there. And that bullying with that girl in school. So I'm looking at Focus. This angel is sitting here and she's got angels in her lap, but she's looking the other way. It's going to give you freedom once you go into that little compartment and look for signs. So.
Wonderful. Wildflower. I never understood Jello, not a real food. My dad used to call it the nervous dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they shake it when they give it to you.
Well, I
Who
wanted to
didn't
know-
go? Heather, did you go? Heather?
Well, I have a few
think
cards,
so.
but I was just wondering if I can go after Terry, Kelly, because when you're Terry, when you're saying you're releasing things, letting the past go, I got release the petals.
Oh,
So there's a release here
Okay.
that's involved. She's blossomed now, and she's just releasing everything. just sending the
Okay.
petals to the wind, releasing,
that.
letting things go. It says transformation. It's death and rebirth. It's a shedding. It's all about change. Another card I have is embracing that change comes up next. This is cycles of life. This is transition and growth. So you're finally moving through that. And it's interesting. I asked about the boxes of Jello, and I got Brothers of the Rose, and there's 4 men, sacred masculine, honoring and protecting the woman pregnant with child or with potential and abilities. So I think once you release these things from the past or start working with them and confronting them and seeing them as growth, you're that the beautiful surrounding, you're going to be able to birth something into reality, new birthing of yourself, new birthing of way of looking
Wow.
at life, of experiencing life. And I don't know if any of the bullies might have been men or boys, possibly. For me, it was both, but it's just that divinely guided protection, and you're being surrounded, and it's time to take that change and just let it birth and yeah, transform into something new. Death and rebirth. There you go. There's the pregnancy card. So
Mhm. Beautiful.
Kelly?
Yeah, she about took the words out of my mouth. I I get that she's we're right now, this energy that we're in, we are really in our dreams, and even in our night dreams, our daydreams, the past kind of keeps coming up. It keeps being a reminder of what areas in our life maybe still need a little bit of healing. And I got that maybe, obviously this was detrimental to you when going to school, which a lot of us, we had similar things, and I think that's why we dream the things we do. But they want you to know that you're safe, and that to release those fears, that anxiety that maybe is still lurking. I know what I was releasing, it was probably like 6 months ago, and something came up from when I was on the bus, and so that stuff is in us.
It
And
is.
so
Yep.
if you can get it out and write it down as it comes up, like you were just like leaving some comments about the bullies. If you can write that out about who it was, and really just burn it and let it go, because your angels and your guides want you to know that you're safe, and that it's good to reflect on it, but and heal from it. But I think there's a little bit of healing going on there for
Isn't that
you.
funny? Because I get fly free.
I love that.
Absolutely.
release.
Yeah.
Yep. Fly free.
Fly
You
free.
forgot,
love
you even forgot it. And you know what happened? When you said that you had a girl bullying you, I had one too. I had more than one, and now I can let it go. So thank you. Thank you
Wow.
for bringing it up. Yeah. Thank you.
This is a lot of releasing, because Ness was saying after her fever, she had a cough, and it was a horrible cough. And then she realized she wasn't depressed anymore. She'd lost her depression. And so I think we're all going through this.
Yeah, we're
It's
going through
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
We're clearing
Yeah.
that all out.
Yeah.
which is
Oh, okay.
amazing.
That
Great
is hard
time.
as a
Great.
sister dealing with mental health issues. Yeah. Because everybody had to probably pay more attention to her than you at the time.
Yeah.
And you were the youngest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great advice, Kelly, to tell her to write it down and burn it.
Yeah.
Journaling really helped me. It really
Yep.
does.
And it sometimes takes more than once. I know
Oh, it does.
even
Yeah.
myself.
Oh my
It's
God,
like some of
multiple.
the stuff I've been writing down for years,
I get it.
and I still have to keep releasing it. It's just it's
Yep,
embedded.
It is. It's so ingrained in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Going
what
into that shadow.
we should do is probably what they do in the Akashic records. After they read the records, they try to heal you of that issue through the Akashic records, so that you feel better and it's being worked on. So maybe we need to have a little ceremony with you and release that for you. Imagine Brenda says, I dreamt last night I was getting treatment for my legs. Terry friend were there with me. A doctor took one leg and held it up and started flopping it around, saying he had to break it free. Oh dear, Brenda. And he called for someone else to come get my other leg and do it at the same time. My brother was sitting beside me, who I don't like. That was supposed to say 2 friends were with me, not Terry. Oh, not Terry. 2 friends. If you had Terry with you, then you wouldn't have had this issue. Is what you're saying.
Your
Yep.
mean brother wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
That's right.
yeah, that's well, and you got to say that what you didn't have a leg to stand on in that dream.
Cha-ching.
And I always do that.
It's
That's
so
Oh.
true.
the
We're
play
here
on
all
words.
night.
Yeah, the play on words
Such a great
really always
metaphor.
works for me. It really
Yeah.
does.
It
It's like
does.
it's so silly that it makes sense. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do
Absolutely.
you need any of these here? Again, 2 friends who were there with you. The doctor took a leg and held it up and flopped it around. And somebody else was supposed to get the other one, and your brother was there. Was your brother going to pick up the other leg, or you were just worried that he would? Wow. Okay. Wow, Brenda. That's a nightmare, girlfriend.
So this is weird. I have like several decks in front of me. I went to go reach for one and I said no. It told me to turn around. I saw a deck. I picked it up. A card from another deck was still put in this deck and stood right out. And I got peace.
Oh, my
So there
Lord.
she is. She's sitting cross-legged, but
Okay.
she's at peace. So with the flopping around, not having a leg to stand on, maybe it's time to sit down, meditate, get grounded. And I got another card decided to pull from that deck. I got Ocean's Bravery, and she's like stepping on the world, trying to balance herself. So there's the grounding, there's the balance, and then the last card I have is Solidity, inner core. So again, this may be saying that the 2 legs you need that were knocked out of you, it's like you need to find your balance. You need
Your
to
balance.
get to your core.
Good.
You need
Yep.
to reconnect with yourself, and know that the balance that you need is within you. And there's 2 people too on this one here, 2 different faces, but this bird coming out, the sense of freedom that you will feel. So yeah, but it was so interesting that one card out of the whole deck was still left in from another deck, and it has to do about being at peace, getting seating, and getting grounded, and finding your balance. I hope that helps.
I get that she's breaking free from like old conditioning thoughts. She's breaking free from old patterns, old habits, and there too. It's almost kind of like a cleansing that she's going through. She's breaking free. It's really beautiful because you're ascending and you're letting go of all that no longer serves you.
Wow. Wonderful.
You
So,
know,
Terry, where were you when Brenda needed you? Is what I'd like to know.
Oh no.
Shake
oh,
it up.
shake it up,
Oh,
shake it up, baby.
That's
Chris
the
dance.
cards.
Yeah.
Yep. I love
So, following after that comes gratitude and forgiveness, which basically goes right along with what Kelly had been saying about breaking free, right?
Mhm.
And that Archangel, the dragon that belongs to Archangel Gabriel, was there with you. So that's protection, but it is also, he's about signs and omens and scribing and artistic and everything. So this was a communication about that breaking free, protecting both legs for you at the time, right? And that you had the strength because you were the empress to get through this, let it go, and that your brother's sitting there. You don't like him, but it doesn't sound as if he took an active
Role. Yeah.
play in trying to get rid of your legs, and perhaps he was the Gabriel's dragon sitting there by your side, making sure that it didn't happen.
The Dragon Slayer. Terry,
Oh,
did you
go.
go?
Love that.
No, not yet. I feel like Brenda that I love what everybody's saying about shake it off, and you're saying
Mhm.
shake it off, and 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 support. I feel like it's old modes of knowing, like this doctor, old modes of doing things, cutting off your legs,
Mhm.
old modes of your brother that you don't get along with, right? And that relationship, not him necessarily, but that relationship. So just know that you're supported. This looks like the meditation circle that you're in all the time,
Mhm.
and everyone's supporting you. Get back to that kid, that playfulness
Oh wow.
and serenity.
Mhm.
So
I
Oh,
got
the peace
similar.
card.
I
Yep,
did. I
the
got
peace card.
similar. I have here that you were the observer. You didn't have anything to do with what was going on. You were watching what was going on, maybe even
Yeah.
outside of yourself. And I got what Terry got with play. There's a lot of play that was going on. And that led you to a discovery of something that you may not have known about yourself. So I think all of these sort of go along together in that. And oh, well, thank you, Hypnicity. That's very nice of you, dear.
Aw.
Thank
Yeah.
you, dear.
That was nice.
So Brenda, next time, tell that doctor to stop playing with your leg. I can't believe that it was moving it all around, and yeah, kind of crazy. Anyway, thanks for sharing that with us, Brenda. Yeah. So Patricia dreamed about women in white dresses with crystals sparkling like mirrors, decided to have one made tailored to the body without flair. I walked upstairs, turned to see it again. What does it mean?
Oh wow.
Mm.
Now I'm going to take this little opportunity to share an experience that I had because Patricia, this is how I almost saw my auntie. I had an auntie in 1980 who I lost to breast cancer,
Mhm.
and it was about 2 weeks after she had passed. I was sleeping and I heard my name called, and when I woke up, she was standing at the end of my bed, all dressed in white. She was glowing. She was sparkling and she was smiling, and it was
Mhm.
like, I'm okay, I'm healthy now. I remember seeing her saying, Aunt Carla. I closed my eyes, opened up at my eyes, and she was gone. So when I just saw that, it just automatically felt like my aunt stepping in
Ah,
to share that. So I
sure.
don't know if Patricia, if you have an ancestor or a loved one that passed that was showing themselves to you that I'm healthy, I'm happy where I am on the other side. I just wanted to
Mhm.
share that because it was just like, wow, that was one of the most important stories I wanted to share out of
Sure.
my stories, and she just opened the door for me. So thank you, Patricia, for letting me share that.
That's great. That's great. And Hypnicity said maybe her guardian angel. I don't know. That's also a
I
good.
love that card.
Yeah. So Kelly, you want to go next?
I get that it was her guardian angels, her spirit guides. It could be an ancestor, just letting her know that they support her. But I also get that they want you to know that they're really working with your psychic awareness, and that they're they're helping guide and support you to revealing hidden talents, and they said to let your opportunities shine. And I get that this dream was really like a soul expansion, and that you are expanding onto your consciousness is expanding to another level, that so your awareness and your intuition is all increasing. And I think s- seeing her, I really think it was your spirit guide, your angel, and your ancestor, just letting you know that they're there, and they're supporting you and guiding you in your journey.
Mhm. Okay. Very cool. Diana?
Well, this is the second time this has come up for me on the show with the Akashic records that I just did earlier.
Mm-hmm.
you're describing a movie about the Ziegfeld Follies made in 1936. And there's a scene in that movie that is like this. And someone I was doing a reading for earlier, that was the vision I had.
Wow.
That's cool.
So I
Okay.
am so filled with chills right now. I'm still trying to sort through how you and the other reading were connected,
Yeah.
because I can't,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
it's hard for me to recall all the bits and pieces. So if Linda is still here, add to it, because you weren't reading at that time, so you might have a better memory of it, of what I was getting. So I pulled a card, and it's conjuring the magic is what came up. Okay, we got this
Wow.
white figure with all these little white rabbits all around him, right? And I'm stunned, because it's just like it's thrown me. Did I get that message because you had this on your mind and were planning on coming to the show? Are you connected to the other person who's
She
got
is
an
a
answer for
dancer.
me tonight? You know,
She's a dancer.
she's a dancer.
She is.
Yes.
There you go. And the other thing was, it was that chemise that Ginger and Fred used to wear a lot. The Ziegfeld Follies, they, they started it all with way back in well, from the vaudeville days to begin
Sure.
with, but then he got real spiffy and moved to the talkies.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
was one of the first talkie movies was Ziegfeld Follies.
Okay. Cool.
Wow.
That's amazing. But I mean, if that just doesn't go to show how we're just all connected.
Right?
I mean, we're
Mhm.
all, I mean, people in the chat and us,
Yeah.
and I mean, we're just all divinely connected.
So,
Yeah.
Patricia, I believe that what I'm getting is that the gal I read for and you were connected together, and you were of the Ziegfeld Follies. You were dancers with the Follies.
Dancers in the Ziegfeld Follies. Okay.
Wow.
And just really quick, I pulled out that card again, but look at there's 3 to 4,
Ah.
there's multiple women behind
Uh-huh.
each other.
Oh, yeah.
They're all
And-
dressed in white.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Mhm.
Dressed in white. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool,
Beautiful.
Patricia.
Beautiful.
Cycles of life, transition, and growth. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful. Yeah. So I get that. I love this connotation with the past life, because I do feel like this is your family. This is your star family, Patricia.
Mhm.
This is like, if you believe in galactics, this is the star that you come from, and this is what you girls
Mhm.
look like. A lot of the divine feminine, and that's how you dress. That's why you knew how to order your dress, because you've done this before in previous lives.
Mhm.
And walking up the stairs, there you go. You're transforming,
Yeah.
and that's what we're doing right now.
Mhm.
We're
Yep.
going up.
Moving on up.
Moving on up.
Yeah, with awareness, because you turned to watch it again.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
Yeah.
This scene that I saw earlier and that you're describing, that's exactly what the star is doing. She's in that chemise, and she's got the big white
Yep.
fan, and she walks
Yep.
up the tower and is standing at the top of the stairs. It's
Yeah.
uncanny here.
It is uncanny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love what Brenda said too. It sounds like a celebratory event for you, because your consciousness is rising up the stairs. Yeah.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Did everybody go? Everybody go? Okay.
I think so.
All right. Thank you, Patricia. I hope that
Yeah.
that helps you out. Jess says she's still having dreams and in waking life visits of deceased people, and they're so vivid. I have to wake up and start searching for their picture to figure out who they are and what they need help with. Wow. So you're having dreams and visions, Jess? I'm guessing, or Jay rather. Wow. So how do you do this? Do you go online and are these people you recognize? Are they people that you don't know who they are? All right.
I mean, I know Jay has shared some things with me. I don't know, Jay, if this might have been people that you had helped, you know,
Mhm.
passed on or had to help communicate with other people in spirit coming back to you to thank you or
Oh, she doesn't know them, she's saying.
so
Oh,
it's
she
been through
doesn't know
that.
them. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. So these almost sound as though they are disembodied spirits who haven't crossed to the other side. And I'm just taking a guess. I wish Carolyn was here, but I'm thinking that it might be, people that are between worlds. I don't know. Terry?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah?
They are.
Okay.
And I see them too, Jay. It's like, for me, they come in orbs usually. They don't, unless I know them well, they don't come in a body form, but I know who they are and I know their spirit light. So they come to you because you have a light about you. And this is one of your gifts that you're opening up. Being a death doula per se, where I would suggest calling in Archangel Azrael, because this is his job also, and then surrounding yourself with Michael or whoever else you want. But and always give them the opportunity that they can leave this place, so they don't have to be with you, or they can go with Archangel Azrael. But we never banish them, right? Like you're gone forever, because they might have a purpose in this lifetime on the earth still. They might be a guardian, they might be, some sort of an angel. Yeah, Metatron. Actually, yeah, because I did get Metatron's card too, Annie. Yeah, you're right. So, but this is an activation that you're going through. So
Yep.
that portal. Yeah.
Well, and Terry, you said orbs, and this came out of the deck, right?
Yeah.
So it's the Ace of Pentacles, but it's an orb. So this really goes along with what you said. Sorry, I'm still a little flustered from the past story here. But because you are the Empress, they know they can trust you with this crossover. And when you don't need them, they're there for you, right? They're guarding over you. When they don't need your protection, they're there to guard you with their orbs of light while you go inside or dream and sleep or astral project. So it matches up with what Terry was saying.
No, you don't banish them. Okay. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Heather?
Yeah. Well, I don't have as many pretty cards,
It's okay.
Jay. Well, the first card that came out, I mean, Jay, this is them coming to you. I got the Six of Cups, which is pleasure, and there's this beautiful light, this halo around her, and I think I kind of connect with the children and with the young woman as well, with you. The next cards I have, and I asked for a couple clarifiers. I did get the Devil card. So I think these spirits might feel like they're trapped. There's some sort of bondage, something that happened to them in this life where they cannot move forward. And I think it might be something to do with a spiritual belief or tradition of theirs. And they can't cross over. There's, here he is, the Dominion. Here's the two wands, and they see the light, emanating from over here, but they can't cross over. When I asked for a clarifier for the Devil, again, I got oppression. So there's something really weighing heavily on these spirits. And I believe some of them, or most of them, there's some sort of injustice too. Something needs to be righted. And they are coming to you for that, before that they can, move over and cross over and go to the other side. So, but that first card is just really beautiful. I mean, with that beautiful light behind it.
Yeah.
They know that
You're the Whoopi Goldberg from Ghost, that the spirits can see. You can see them.
Like, is that beautiful light there around you? They see that, and they know that you're a mother as well, and that you have a child. So some of these spirits might be feel attracted to that nurturing, mothering
Mhm.
energy that you have as well.
Yeah. I love Hypnicity says you are a way shower. I
Mhm.
love that. And
Yeah, that's true.
Carolyn's saying she is seeing people as they are crossing, and it's the art of the process.
It's part of the process.
Oh,
she's
part of the
saying.
process.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yep.
Yep.
And I just was shuffling randomly, random,
You
pulled
pulled
it
that
back,
again.
and the orbs came out
Mhm.
again. So
Wow. Okay. So you're doing what you're here to do, Jay.
yeah.
Trust in that that you're in the right place at the right time. And if you don't want them, then you have to ask them not to bother you. But I don't think that's what you're saying here. I think that doesn't. Yeah. Kelly, did you go?
I didn't, but Jay, I want you to know that you are so gifted and that you are such a light
Mhm.
in this
Right.
community and just in our world, and that they're seeing this light and they're attracted to you. And I get this is, you know, this is a gift. This is a gift that you could help them, you know, like everybody said, you could help them cross over. And I'm getting that you did this in a past life too. And I'm getting some of these people that are coming to you are people also that you have you've been within a past life, and that they're familiar with your light.
Mhm.
But yeah, I get to unleash your spirit and express your gifts and just keep shining your light and do what you can to help them cross over. But I mean, take care of yourself too in the process.
Mhm.
Okay. So we have about 4 more to do, and we're almost near the top of the hour. So I'm going to go here with Candy. While she was in Thailand, 3 sages appeared. They were very serious and managed to knock the MP4 speakers to the ground twice. The second time they broke. Why did they appear? We were not welcomed. Or were we not welcomed? Any message? 3 sages.
So these are in spirit, I'm assuming. Yes. The other.
But they kept knocking over the.
Yeah,
It was
that
almost
takes a
as
lot
though
of
they didn't want to
energy.
amplify what was being said, or amplify what was being sent out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were wanting to quiet whatever it was on those speakers. They didn't like what was going on.
Yeah, they didn't like the music, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like they wanted quiet there, and for some reason it feels like it was a holy place. Don't you guys think so?
Mhm.
Feels like
Yes.
That's
it's,
possible. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
That's
And
what
that was like sacrilege to be so loud.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they
Okay.
needed to do that to get your attention.
We mean no. Oh, you thought they were saying, we mean no disrespect. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you thought, you certainly are an intuitive person. So you would know, what you felt, and that may be very right. But I just feel like it's funny. When I was a kid, my mother would hear loud music and she'd like, and I'd think, what's your problem, Mom? And now I'm an old lady and I hear really loud music and I'm like, so I just get
Right.
that kind of thing.
Well, and I don't think, I think it's sacred ground, but I don't think it was publicized, right? I
Yeah,
don't
Maybe
think
not.
people realize that this is sacred ground from ancient times.
yeah. I
Mhm.
think that was it. Yeah,
That
See,
could be.
there you go.
Yep.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yep.
Before Genghis.
They had my cousin had a place in Santa Fe, and it was haunted, and she had a friend come over and sage it, and that night somebody came to them and said, "You don't use our own medicine against us."
Oh,
And
Native American.
Oh,
We're
wow.
sitting there going,
Mhm.
That's a good
Mhm.
lesson to learn.
Yeah.
It is
And
a
that's
good lesson to
interesting
learn.
because not all spirits are going to be
Yeah,
affected
the
by
super
certain
holy is hidden.
persons, because
Yep.
the thing that was at our house that would attack me on a regular basis,
oh,
my mom
gosh.
brought in the Catholic priest a couple of times for house blessings. She
Mhm.
brought in people outside who said that they could do clearing energy. Nothing would get rid of this thing. And when I had to move back into the house all those years later, all I stood was, listen, I know who you are, what you are. You're not going to touch me. You're not going to touch my mother. You're not going to touch my animals. You're going to leave us alone. I am not afraid of you. I am stronger in power, and
You
I
have
know
no
how to take
power
care
here.
of you.
Right.
Right?
And
Right.
You
so
have
it
no
was when you
power.
stood in your power and you, but yeah, because sometimes, you know, some spirits, they'll just laugh at you and they'll make them more angrier. So it's really, you know, it's a hit and miss with some of these.
Mhm.
They really
Yep.
are. And is it okay if I go next because
Yep,
of the
go
card?
ahead.
It'll
Yeah.
follow with what everybody said.
Yep.
So I got the Hierophant again. So this was
Oh,
people of
spiritual.
spirit. This was a tradition. They were
Yep.
of that area. I did get the Princess of Swords, and for me, this was they were curious. Curiosity is one of the key words for the princess. They were curious. And then I got the Death card, and I couldn't figure out what the Death card represented. They they were they were in spirit. They wanted their peace. I got the peace card. It came right out when you were talking about you want quiet, you want peace and quiet. It came right
Mhm.
out. I got the Two of Swords. They were trying to get you to understand that they wanted peace and quiet. They brought you peace, but it was just too much
Right.
for them. So maybe next time before going in, maybe finding out what the local offerings are for the people in that area. Is there a traditional fruit? Is there a song? Do you need to bring somebody from the village, a shaman or a priest or something, to be able to
Mhm.
ask permission first or to leave an offering of some kind to the spirit of that land or the holy people so that, you know, that you just don't come in and, you know, usually when something like that happens, I feel like you'll get that energy, you'll get that sense of, you know, oh, are we not welcome? Well, that was very loud and clear. I don't know if it's necessarily
Mhm.
something wasn't properly done right to introduce you to that area and to that music and that, you know, whatever it was, but I just felt like they were trying to get a message across, you know.
Yep.
And that last card for peace, they wanted peace, but they wanted peace and quiet.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sure.
You got the Three Kings. Honest to gosh. Hierophant,
Wow. Wow.
the Hierophant,
Yeah.
the Emperor,
Uh-huh.
Wow.
and the King of Wands.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
I don't, I didn't pull any more, but at the bottom of the
Uh-huh.
deck was the Ace of Cups. They wanted their peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was sacred land for them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
No
It's
kids.
interesting that they knocked them over the first time and they didn't break them, and then it was continued, and you're like, hey,
Exactly.
what do we say? Stop, you know?
Exactly.
Mhm.
First,
Yep.
your angel whispers.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
can't make this.
That's right.
shit
You
up.
can't,
I'll
Andy.
say it. You
Yeah.
can't make
Thanks.
this shit up, man.
Thank you so much for bringing that to us. That was
Yeah.
fascinating.
That
Yeah.
was really great.
Really
And
Yeah.
we have a cemetery that's absolutely beautiful, not far from me too. And I like to go and I like to be able to draw and sketch. We're welcome to do that. And there have been times when if I go to sit by a certain tree and I'm by a you know certain headstones, I will say, is it okay if I sit here? I hope you don't mind. And there have been times after me asking where I feel the energy is like, no, okay, no, I'll move over to this way, you know,
Mhm.
or you know, if
Mhm.
or I'll get the energy like, okay, it's okay to sit down, and I'll sit down and I'll just start laying all of my supplies, and then I'll talk to them while I'm there. So
Yeah.
whenever you go into an area like that, always
Ask for
kind of feel
permission.
the energy and ask
Yeah.
if it's okay for you to do what you want to do there.
Sure.
That's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that.
It is.
Love
Yeah.
A
that.
good
Heather.
cemetery here, yeah.
Okay, so we have Rhonda Q. In a dream, I had a small pup come to the side of my bed. I invited it to come up. Then a lady helped it fit it in my body. I guess being close to you. And I saw it was a brown wolf, and I accepted it.
Oh my. That was your
Wow.
spirit guide. That was a spirit totem.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So you're
Mhm.
saying that
I'm
her
being
spirit
shivers.
totem is actually a wolf, then?
One of them,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
brought it
One
right
of
into the
them.
body.
One of
Mhm.
them.
Part of your spirit. Oh my God.
That gives me chills too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Especially when it comes
huge.
to
Definitely.
wolves.
Definitely. One card. Retrace your steps.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is definitely your inner self.
Okay.
The wolf represents the perpetual student, the perpetual teacher. You can't really be a good teacher if you're not a perpetual student,
That's right.
right?
As
And-
someone who kept going to college years and years and years.
And kept forgetting to drop that class. So, this is your totem. I just keep, if you haven't already researched that, then do some more research on it and see exactly how it drives your own energy.
Yeah. Take care, Froxy. Have a good night's rest.
Hi, Froxy.
Yeah,
Night,
that,
Fox.
Lori says that's a mega chill moment. All right.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And I got to howl with a pack of wolves once before at a wolf refuge in Massachusetts.
Wow.
In my
Wow.
late 20s, early 30s. It's powerful. They're all about loyalty, protection. They mate for life, the males and the females. So I did get cleansing. I got the storm card, and it's there for protection. It's to help you through whatever it is that you're going through. Any storms, it's there as your protection. That's a major one that I get. He's a protector
Yeah.
of you, of yours.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Thank you. Anybody have anything else to add?
I'm just looking at that lady, and I'm wondering if she's the divine feminine or if she is one of your angels that helped with that. And
Oh,
she's definitely a mother figure, so
Mhm.
it could be an ancestor too, Rhonda.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
love
so
that.
much. And then speaking of another lady, Jess says when she was a little girl, she had Mother Mary enter her bedroom in a golden ball of light. She prayed over me. Was there any specific reason why? Please and thank you. You may have been sick and did not know you were sick. And she healed you. Don't you think, ladies?
Yeah, that
I
golden
needed
heart.
protection.
That golden ball of light. Yeah.
Yeah,
Reminds me of Glinda the Good Witch when she comes in, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It was too far away for me to go get my deck like that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I knew
yeah,
exactly where she was.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that golden heart of Jesus and Mary, Yeshua, it's
Mhm.
like, it's great for forgiveness.
Mhm.
It's great for healing, and it's great for love and guarding you. I mean, there's nothing that it can't do.
Mhm.
So that's something that she gave you for this lifetime, Jess. That's beautiful.
Mhm. It is beautiful. Wow. And we might never know, they know if we're ill. We may not know we're ill,
Yeah.
but they knew you had a lot of work to do that day, that lifetime. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
Diana, anything? Kelly?
Just
Yeah.
what I had said that, she was there for your protection. It was aware of something forthcoming. This was, just to take care of you. I had a similar experience, but it was her hand reaching through the window and I opened my eyes to see it plain as day with the robe hanging, from the famous statue where there's a pink sleeve and then the blue mantle over it. And so, and it was one of those moments where it was the protection, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Heather, what did you pull?
I've actually dreamed of her where I've gone up to a statue and I look at her and I start talking to her and then I see the statue's face turn into her face and her smile at me. So I love that, Jezri. I shuffle for my Mother Mary Oracle and I got Our Lady who gives peace. So I don't know if you're going through something that was extremely difficult at the time, something that was causing you stress, or she knew something was coming up and she wanted to pray with you. I'll just read this one little spot right here. It says, "You have been holding on to a deep concern, and I ask you to hand it over to me now. Allow me to offer you a gift in exchange for your devotion and trust. I offer you the gift of peace, peace that all is now resolved, peace that the material situation is flowing towards perfect completion. May peace be with you now, my child."
Mm.
Beautiful.
And I
Mhm.
love her little nest right here. It's like she
Yeah.
was looking over
cool.
you. Is the eggs, the younglings in the basket. Yeah,
Yep.
so I don't know if something was
And you
going
just
on in
know
your
Mother
head.
Mary's still one of those people that's very close to you. I mean,
Mhm,
on
she's
Oh yeah,
checking in.
I have her all around me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're blessed.
Yeah. Okay. So we have two more. We have
Okay.
Rossi is next, then Sonia. And we're already a little bit over our hour, so we're going to go ahead and read for you, Rossi. When she was about 6, and then Rossi said she also has had Mother Mary come to her. She just
Wow.
mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh,
When she was 6, she saw herself sleeping with a life-sized St. Bernard stuffed toy. I was walking into the room through the open door. Was I seeing myself in a dream or astral projecting?
Did you have that toy, Rossi?
If so, yeah, I think she was astral projecting.
Jess Ree got the chills when you read that, Heather, she says.
Okay.
That's nice.
Thank you,
Thank
Jessree.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, I wanted, my brother was
Yes.
bringing me home a big stuffed animal for Christmas, and he was on a bus coming up from the Marine Corps, and it was sitting on the seat of the bus. And they asked him to come out and push the bus because it was stuck in snow in Memphis. He got out of the bus, and he helped push the bus so that it was, and he got back in, and all his stuff was stolen,
Oh my God.
including my big teddy bear, and it always broke my heart.
Oh,
that.
Like
Oh
a
my
kid,
God.
yeah, it's like a kid thing. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
nothing could be better. If you can't have a real one, then have a big stuffed one. You know, you feel
Oh
protected by it.
man.
But I just remembered that when you said that.
And Rossi
Yeah.
says yes, she had the toy.
Okay.
To me,
okay.
that was
So
astral.
definitely, yeah.
And I have that on my card. It shows that to me the blossoming, the universe traveling, and there you are outside of yourself, traveling in the void. So I feel like that
Okay.
was an astral. Divine
Uh-huh.
plan, wisdom, intelligence within. Yes, that was you expanding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, I think so too. I
Yep.
do.
I get she was astral projecting too.
Mary Thornberry, thanks for this. You've had 3 real miracles from Mother Mary in your life. Well, that's really interesting that we have all these people with beautiful Mother Mary.
Yeah.
She's the great goddess.
Yeah, she is.
One of the
Sure.
great goddesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is. She appeared to me in the sky the day that I got a clean bill of health from breast cancer. And I was just sitting in the car looking at the beautiful mantle blue sky. And out comes the Lady of Lourdes, you know, the one dressed in white with the rosary. So, of course, I had to grab my rosary off of the mirror right away.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've never got to see her physically, with my eyes.
But you knew she was there.
I would love to see her be able to do that for me someday if she can. Yeah.
Sure.
Besides dreams, that's beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So Sonia's got a couple of pages all right. I want to I think it starts here. It says 3 to 4 years a cube in space came to me. I wanted to figure it out since I have been able to. The frequency of the dream slowed down, came back and slowed down, came back with an FBI agent and a pyramid. Yesterday, I had a thought on that school dream, wondering if I had anything to do with us coming back to Earth and learning what we're supposed to. Can you figure out any of these dreams? One, a cat dressed like a little girl with a human, no diff, falling from the sky with my body, child body, onto Earth. Well, I'm going to take the first one. I think this is a little more clear, which is the cube in space. And isn't that funny? Because just today I saw this clip that was on a YouTube about a pyramid, a black pyramid that came down and was in Alaska. And this guy used to work like he had the highest clearance there was, and it was in Alaska, and it went down deep under the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, they had him in secretive look, you couldn't tell who he was, in other words, because he was telling something he shouldn't have been telling. But that's what it made me think of. That, and I've seen a cube that's supposed to be a UFO as well. Isn't that true? Did you
Yep.
ever? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. That's what I was thinking too.
Different
with
types
the
of ships. Yeah.
UFO.
Yeah.
It was real, and these are men in black.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
So when you say that, is that FBI agents that are undercover, way deep undercover? That's
Yeah,
what
they
when
come to our
you find out?
dreams.
Yeah, like what do they call them? SWAT.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're deep seated, and they know the magic. They have the codes. They know the codes,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that's what you should. Other things for your dreams, Sonia, or when you wake, and you just laying there coming to. When you look at the ceiling, what do you see? What do you see? Do you see a plain ceiling, or do you see some sort of a grid begin to shape? That may, the next time you see it, it may start to have some remnant of flashing lights.
Uh-huh.
So watch to see where your vision starts to provide you code. Not that we can decipher it, but some kind of a code coming your way, letting you know
Uh-huh.
that you are being called upon, and you're part of
Okay.
those star seeds that most of us are.
She said she showed me a pyramid, and I had to reach in the pyramid, and then the cube was there. So
This is interesting.
it is interesting.
So-
Yeah.
And it's okay, Sonia, that you had a trouble posting. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
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 Go ahead, Kelly.
Oh, this is the card I pulled, Starseed Elemental. And then the last one, I'm getting that these dreams are really taking a lot of your energy. And so to remember to reclaim your energy in the morning, because the work that you're doing, I believe it's happening. I believe that you're actually you're meeting up with them and doing whatever work they need from you and that you can help with. But however, just remember to reclaim your energy in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got gateway activation for you, and then also Earth Star activation. So, and definitely going into the pyramid, and I'm kind of feeling like the cube is an energy source that they're looking into, because the pyramids, I think weren't they like hydrogen activated, which Rolls Royce is dealing with now. They're powering. We have a sub that's just powered by hydrogen. There's not. That's kind of a new thing that's coming in. Anyway, but so I'm veering off here. But they're looking at that. They are remote viewing us, and they have been for a long time. And they'll come in your dreams, maybe, and visit you. But they mean no harm. They're just here. We're activated, and they're checking to see what we're seeing.
Oh,
So
okay. The pyramid is like 3 feet tall, like the Super Bowl trophy. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So Sonia, is it my turn?
You can go.
Okay. So Sonia, I got some interesting cards. I got the animals card, and I'm like, animals, what's this? I asked for a clarifier. I got inner core, solidity. And when you look closer, well, you can't really see it, but there is like a gate, like a stargate behind here. And there are runes and symbols behind these two, and it's opening up, and these are actually hands, and it's pulling open the earth, and it goes with the animal card, which is companionship. Sonia, I'm wondering if this could be that you were a part of, or you're helping seed other animals from other systems onto our planet. I'm feeling like there's something to do with you and animals on this planet, that it's you're helping to take care of them. They're connecting. I mean, the animals are all around you in this,
Yeah.
and it's companionship.
Interesting.
And again, when I asked, for a clarifier, I got solidity, I got the inner core, and it shows that pulling open and then more birds and stargates. So I am wondering if you are working on some level. I don't know if you do animal healing, you do animal communication, but it feels like you are connected with maybe helping bring other species or helping enhance species life on this planet. I know it's
Yeah.
kind of out there.
No, she says she believes in that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I also got the life card, the breath. So yes, make
Mhm.
sure that you are making you're re-energizing in the morning, because this can, for at least in this one here, kind of taking the breath out of her. So making sure that you are getting enough rest, that you keep an eye on your energy levels. And I also, last card, mountains, sleeping, the dreaming, and these are like
There's
pyramid
the
like
pyramid.
shapes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Wow.
So I'm
What
feeling
deck is that, Heather?
this is the Elemental Oracle by Stacy DeMarco.
Oh, that's
Good
beautiful.
old Stacy. Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
so whatever this
love
is
that.
the seeding of the earth, the connecting with the animals. They're all drawn to you. That's your energy. It's kind of like you are maybe guiding them to help animals, or you're helping them. There's something to do with the animal species opening up the earth and connecting and bringing energies maybe through to help heal the animals on the earth. But make sure, like the lady said, make sure you get plenty of rest. That energy. Don't let this kind of suck the life out of you. Make sure you stay grounded and balanced. What's that?
Is that the puppy?
Is that
Oh, they said that this is a sneeze when they do this, when they make this funny noise.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Because she can't. Yeah, she got a little nose like Grizzly. I
Yeah.
usually
Little sassy.
puff a little air towards them, like when a
Oh.
baby over cries.
Okay.
That helps calm them down.
I have something that I wanted to share, and it's just a question I have, because if you're working with the galactics and stuff, you might have an answer for me. Okay. Zoe, why did you have to come in and start doing this now? It does sound like a goose. You're right.
It's endearing. Yes.
So I have a colleague, and he posts a lot of things on Facebook about his situation with his child. He has a little boy. He's only about 3 or 4, but it's like the things this kid does. It just reminds me that it's like this kid hasn't been on this planet before. He never wants his clothes on. He always takes his clothes off. They can't keep the clothes on the kid. Even when he goes to school, he tries to take them off. He takes his poop and smears it into the rugs.
Oh.
He throws it. He tells his father all these things like, you're stupid, Daddy. I'm the one that knows it all. And I mean, he's like this really brilliant kid.
Wow.
But it's like he's got the kid from hell. And I just don't know if she's confirming, Sonia. That's funny. I just don't know if this kid is a kid from like some star system that doesn't know what the rules are here on Earth. I don't know. Any
How
thoughts?
old is this kid?
It's like 3 or 4.
So it is something that I used to see in my school with kids who cannot. They can't. They
don't want it on. Yeah.
They don't want it. They can't take the pressure of that touching them. And it is these brilliant children that have this issue. I can't remember what the acronym is, what the name of the distortion is.
Thank you, Kitty.
This is definitely started when we became aware that this was no longer just indigo children coming in, but rather crystal and golden children coming in.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
He's probably going to be diagnosed with this syndrome.
Uh-huh.
Is it sensory something?
Pardon me?
Is it sensory something?
Yeah,
Sensory,
sensory
The overload or
sensory, not sensory deprivation,
But sensory, I know.
Like an
I,
ADHD.
overstimulation, and you can't even.
yeah,
I mean, to hug them was hard. Not that she didn't want to be hugged. But
yeah,
she couldn't wear her bike on her helmet. It was, and it's so sad to see a 5-year-old have to go through the kind of therapy that they need to go through in order to keep their clothes on at school.
yeah. They have therapy for that, but
That
I
is
They're
get,
going to it, but I guess it's not
Yeah.
changing anything, you know.
No.
yeah, they get,
Thank you, Lori.
they need to get a in that therapy, but I hope they're giving them only knits to wear, and they can wear their clothes to bed. It'll help them the next day. My daughter had to do that. She had to wear everything to bed at night,
Thank
and
you,
she would
Marilla.
be comfortable in it during the day.
Mhm.
But there's all sorts of things that they can do. But I feel like once he gets to an age where he can study what he wants,
Yeah.
yeah,
That'll
hypersensitivity.
help.
Yeah.
And it's going to really help. Yeah. And then he might need to be homeschooled because so that he can study what he wants, because whatever it is, sensory
Yeah.
processing disorder. Thank you, Jeannie. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There it is.
And he is he's just going to go past everybody.
Mhm.
Well, he
Mhm.
says
That's
that they
why.
have to take him to school. They have to tie his clothes on him, and they have to take him to school because if he goes on the bus, he'll urinate himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel
Oh,
so
my
very
goodness.
badly for these people
Bless
because
them.
this is their first and only child. He's the father is probably about 33 or 34 years old, and he didn't know what he signed up for. I don't think it must be very difficult for people who are dealing with that. And I
Yeah.
know that he's taking his little boy to and the kid is brilliant. I mean, he tells him all these profound philosophical things. So you know that he's, way, way, way above the others in his class. It's just
Not of this world.
he's
Yeah.
not of this world. He's not in 3D. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I feel very, very badly for him and for my colleague because there's nothing you can really say. Other people are like, "You need to take this kid in. What's wrong with this kid?" But he needs somebody to talk to about it because he comes home and he says he has to wash the rugs every day, every single day, because the kid smears crap into them and stuff. So thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm not making a judgment about
And for him,
Yeah.
that's something that he created, and it's mushy. And he's 3-year-old, so of course
Yeah.
he's still,
Yeah.
laying
That's
in the rice table or the water table or whatever sensory we put out for them. So
Right.
for him,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a part of his body.
Exactly.
Really
Created
never
it.
looked
True.
at
He
it.
created it from
Autistic.
himself.
He created it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Autistic
Right.
kids are
Oh, yeah.
brilliant. Yeah. Yeah.
Not of his
And
world.
yeah, I just thank you. I feel bad for his dad. I
We
feel
send
bad
him
for his
Yeah.
kid. Yeah. Yeah. I do.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll send his dad some extra light tonight.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. Thank you.
Yep.
And apparently Swazi won, the Democrat from New York. And why couldn't he have won already and not impeach Mayorkas? Would have been nice if that had happened before they did that. But anyway,
What
Yeah.
the heck is that all about? I mean,
no, I don't know. It's the crazy energy, Diana. This is just
yeah, should know better than to ask. even.
yeah, crazy.
So,
Anyway,
ladies, before we go, can I ask quickly about a dream last night?
okay.
I had a dream that I saw a display stand of necklaces, and they were shimmery. They were really pretty. They were about this big, small little pendants, and I was drawn to like a gold, silver, shimmery one. I looked at it, and I looked closely. It was the shape of a butterfly, but inside of it, I could see another symbol, and it was the it's I think it's South American. It's the galactic butterfly symbol within the butterfly.
Wow.
It's
So
your
what was-
transformation. You're going through this transformation. You've changed the name of your channel, and
Okay.
you're
Going into
taking it
different
into new
things.
direction, and
Yep.
it's just Heather's transforming.
Yeah.
Okay, because I used to go with butterfly. My channel name used to be Indigo Chrysalis. But then I moved into the Jaguar. So going back, seeing the galactic symbol for the galactic butterfly, I didn't know if that was something that I needed to start wearing to
that's
connect
you.
with. So,
Yeah, that's you,
okay.
girlfriend.
Okay. Thank you, ladies.
Yes.
Beautiful, Heather. What a
Good.
great dream.
Everybody loves your cat, Heather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my Mozzie. Yes. The
Yeah.
other one's with Daddy,
Yeah.
but this one here likes his attention.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for being here with us tonight. And thank you, Sonia, for your comment back to me. That was very much appreciated. It was a lot of fun. Rossi says, Heather, your light language just activated. There you go.
Well, I
That's
was
really
starting to
cool.
speak it
Oh,
last week.
that's a
It started
great
coming
thought
out.
there, Rossi.
Yeah,
Love that, Roxy.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Keep
Thank
on
you,
going,
Diana.
Esther.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much, Heather, for being a
Thank you
guest
for
tonight.
having me,
And
ladies. I
Carrie,
appreciate it.
yeah, and thanks
Thank you
to
so
Carolyn
much.
Booker in the chat for
Yeah.
offering
Oh, feel better.
things for us.
Get feeling better.
Yeah, and
We'll
thanks
see you
everybody.
Friday.
It's been wonderful
Thank
having
you.
you all tonight. Good
Thanks,
night.
Sally.
Good night, everybody.
Well,
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.